This video will show you how to take your Skills for Science tests as part of your reporting, investigative and practical skills units. To begin with, you need to click on the Skills for Science tests option on the unit menu. This will take you into a screen that should show you all of the tests related to the Skills for Science sessions that you attended. If you feel that there are any tests missing or you're looking at the wrong tests, you should phone the IT service desk on 01202 965515 immediately so that this can be resolved. To start one of the tests, you first need to click on the name of the test that you want to take. This will take you through to the instructions screen where you'll see the amount of time that you have to take the test, as well as any other special instructions. Before you begin the test, however, it's important to make sure that you're in a position where you will be able to complete it within the required time, as once you start the test, the timer will continue to run and there will be no opportunity to pause or come back later. So do please make sure you have sufficient time before you start. So to begin the test, I simply click on Begin. Once the test has started, you'll notice that there is a timer at the top of the screen that keeps you up to date with how much time you have remaining. The type of question will vary from test to test, but over on the right hand side you should see the amount of points that are available for a given question. Once I select an answer, I can click on Save Answer to save that answer into the test. However, it's not actually necessary because after a short space of time it will also do that for me. Some tests will show all of the questions in one list, in which case you merely scroll down the page to proceed to the next one. But in this example, each question is being shown individually. To move on to the next question, I can click on the arrow pointing to the right, and this will take me to the next question. Once I reach the last question in the test, instead of the arrows pointing to the right, I'll find a Save and Submit button. And clicking on this button and confirming by clicking OK completes the submission of the test. This is a demonstration of how to take your online tests for Skills for Science. First of all, you go into the Skills for Science tests area within the unit. In here you should just see the tests that you are taking that are related to the Skills for Science courses that you took. If you can't see the test that you feel you should be taking, or if you see the wrong tests, please call the IT service desk on 01202 965515 immediately. To take one of the tests, you begin by clicking on the test name. This takes you through to the instructions screen where you'll see information on how long you have to take the test and any special instructions you need to bear in mind. And when you're ready to begin, you click on the Begin button. Please do make sure that before you click on this button that you are in a position where you are able to take the whole test, because once you start, the timer won't stop even if you exit the test. So you need to make sure that you have sufficient time to take the whole test in one go. Assuming that's the case, then you click on the Begin button, and that then starts the test and brings you into the first question. You can see at the top here as well, it will show you how much time you have remaining. To answer the questions, you will typically be ticking on some kind of selection. Once you've answered first question, you can use the arrows over on the right to proceed to the next question, and so on and so forth. When you reach the last question, you'll notice that instead of an arrow taking you to the next question, there is a Save and Submit button. Clicking on this will save and submit the test. It will ask you to confirm that you're happy to submit. If you click on OK, When you see this screen with the message test saved and submitted, you can be confident that you have completed the test. So if you like to, you could make a copy of this text either as a screenshot or by selecting it and copying it and pasting it into a Word document. Clicking on the OK button takes you through to the test submission review. You will not see your grades initially, as these will be made available after the testing period is finished. That's how you take your tests.